Hello and welcome to Market Watch with Block, and today we're going to be focusing only on BTC. So it has been an interesting couple of days with Bitcoin, but before I get into that, of course, please remember to like and subscribe on the YouTube channel and hit that notification button so you can get all of these videos as soon as they drop. Now, of course, remember that if you do want these even earlier and right on the pulse, then join the premium channel. You can also join our free channel as well to get these weekly as well. But if you want, like I said, to be ahead of the curve and make sure you're getting all the best plays out there, then jump into our premium channel and you can find all details at www.blockpartytrading.com. But let's talk about Bitcoin today. So today we are going to be looking at, of course, our preloaded charts to make this a little bit quicker and a little bit snappier to save you watching all of my very slow and poor drawings that go onto there. We'll have a quick look at the long-term BTC analysis, and not a lot has changed there from the 23rd of July when I made my initial prediction. We have come up, not surprisingly, to the 50k mark, which in my opinion is the main resistance to flip. And I would say that Bitcoin probably isn't particularly bullish by any sentiment until we flip this. And I know it sounds a bit crazy to say that, certainly when we see where the price is at the moment and also how far it has risen, in the past, since the 23rd of July, since that bottom came in. Although we are still kind of trading long-term below the higher highs, and once we get above this 50k, I feel like that is going to be ultra bullish sentiment, and when a lot of the retail investors and armchair traders are going to start to flood back in, and we'll see the price, I think, go pretty parabolic then again, which is awesome. Although there's a lot of speculation that September is going to be a bearish month, as it has been for the past 4 years. Although, those are speculative historical markers that it's not far off looking at horoscopes as a way of determining the price. And believe it or not, there are indicators out there that rely on these whole star sign metrics and cycles, which have been proven right and wrong once. So that's down to you if you want to base your trade analysis on the stars and the moons and everything of that nature. Personally, I prefer to look at the actual chart, which is what we're going to do right now. Now, there are a few key things that were confirmed over the past 24 hours, and as we can see right here, yesterday I noticed that we started to form a bit of a downward channel. Downward channels aren't always a bad thing within trading, as it can often lead to a big pump coming out the other side of it, and it's acting as a form of consolidation in a way. However, inversely, it can also mean that if we break down on the channel, there could be a huge dump, which I'm hoping we don't see, to be honest. So where are we at the moment? Well, yesterday I put out a post which in the premium, which was around about here, and we're at the bottom of the channel. We had a good indication come in that, sorry, not there, beg your pardon, up here. Good indication come in on the alpha volume of the BPT signal that we'd see a bounce, and I targeted 48,800. We fell about $92 short of that, but personally I got out and made a decent profit there, and literally, a couple of hours afterwards we dumped straight down to the back to the bottom of this lower channel. One interesting thing about this, though, which I've been keeping an eye on, is this 20D EMA. And as you can see, it's this is on the 1 hour time frame, but we're using the DMA, which is the daily 20 EMA, on a multi-time frame indicator. And we saw that the price came down, and it hit it, and it just stopped dead. And we saw a very strong bounce back up. Now, we hit back up and perfectly hit the top of this channel. I was kind of hoping to see if we would be able to hold this price at 48k, although it looks like a pretty textbook rejection, and we are starting to track back down. So I feel like our next target right now is probably going to be around about 46,200, right where this support line is, and we can draw it just on here. So somewhere around about here where we've seen previous support but also that coincides perfectly with the bottom of the channel. Now that is going to be a real critical point for Bitcoin as to seeing whether we bounce again and head back up to around about 47,200, or if we don't, then unfortunately guys, it's going to be quite a tumble down. And to be quite honest, around about 44k is going to be where we are looking. Reason being, let's move this chart up so you can see what's going on down here. Reason being is this 50 DMA is starting to come up. So depending on how long it takes, we could wick down, hit the 50 DMA when it gets there, and it could pop back up. But also on the longer term time frame as well, there is some key long-term support there. There is there's a lot of price action going on. Let's switch out to the daily and see what's going on at the 44k and as to why that is on there. Right about, it's 43,200. Yep, as you can see just there, around about the 44k is a quite prominent support, which is where I think we are going to be going to. It's 43,900, but let's just say 44k. As you can see, this 50 DMA is coming up. We don't particularly want to drop down there, but I wouldn't say it is going to be a bad correction. Now, one concern that I would have right now is on the daily right here. If we were to come down here, go up, let's treat that as a left shoulder, that is the armpit, the head. Could we be coming down to here in this kind of fashion, and then could we go back up there, and then could we end up down here? You know, I'm just a little bit concerned that we might be forming a bit of a head and shoulders in this pattern. But then, you know, I could be looking at this a little bit wrong, but it's just something to keep an eye out for. If we do drop down to 44k and then pump back up quite quickly, then, you know, just keep an eyeball on that, as it's not looking too great there. And, you know, that whole premise of September being a bit of a bearish month could ring true based on that. But let's get back into this 1 hour analysis. We did see a bit of a bullish divergence, which rang true and it pumped straight up. But again, like I said, got rejected hard back down. We're seeing this candle make a bit of a fight for its life on this last leg of resistance, last leg of support just here at 47,300. Although losing that, like I said, 46,200. So anyway, my play for Bitcoin, what are we going to do? Well, if we break above, looking at the long term and the positive side of things, if we break above 48k and hold, and that's just this very local resistance right here, then I'm going to be longing to 48,500 and then a further target of up here of 48,500 for argument's sake. If we should break down and lose this 47,350 support, which it looks like we're doing pretty much right now, then I'm going to be shorting to the bottom side of this channel at 46,200, at which point I am going to get out of Dodge, because I don't know what's going to happen there. If we lose it, then we could go straight down to 44k, at which point I will act fast and I'll try and get a short in to catch that. I don't think I'm going to try and catch knives and go for the long here, as I just think anything could really happen. Certainly as momentum starts to build. Obviously right now we've had USA come online and they weren't feeling ever so confident, which caused this bit of a dump here. But we'll see what kind of plays out. Right now, like I said, those are my two plays. We are in a quite obvious channel, so let's see what the next 24 hours brings. Of course, guys, thank you very much for watching. As I said at the start, please like and subscribe if you don't want to miss these videos as they drop. Of course, what Bitcoin does dictates the rest of the market right now, so it's always good to keep on top of this. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and remember, patience pays.